Good evening, everybody. It is very pleasant in Texas the last couple of days. Low humidity, so we've came to one of the parks to walk. So I'm doing my intro sitting in the car, and Nugget and Brinley is waiting very impatiently to get out. So I was just gonna let y'all know where we were, and as we walk, I'll show y'all things we see. We have two very excited pups. It's just been too hot to come out, y'all. So we are here today. It's beautiful over here under all these big old trees. See, that land I'm looking at's full of these big old pine trees like this. They said some of those trees were over 100 years old, and some of the oaks on that land were over 100 years old. It's a beautiful place, and in the middle of the 4 acres there's a clearing where a camper trailer's been for hunting. So it's just like a drive or a trail up to the middle of the land where a camper or a tiny home would sit perfectly on a gravel pad and have a nice gravel driveway. Boy, they are really pulling. Look at that crinum lily blooming. Isn't that beautiful? They're all down in here. That's what those are. This is usually wet, but it's been kind of dry, so hopefully we won't find no snakes on the trail. Anyway, the real estate agent is working, doing her job, and I'm trying to wait patiently to see what door the Lord opens, whether it's going to be condo or whether it's going to be land. But see this gravel? I do a gravel pad and a gravel drive like this, probably. I might price asphalt, but the gravel's probably cheaper. And with the sale of my home, I would be able to do that and dig a well and probably some other things, or have a nice nest egg left over to snuggle back on the cold nights, to stay warm. And even from like this park, we'd only be 15 minutes, because out on the highway, the speed limit's 70. So from my house to theirs, only 17 miles, I think. So, like I said in some of the other videos, I have a cousin that lives within 5 minutes that we hang out when we can, and we could probably see each other more if I was closer. That's one of the issues. We don't. I wait for him to come into town, and then y'all, they're going behind me. I have to stop and get my legs over the leash. Then my son, sometime in the near future, it may be a few years, but they're going to build a house out there somewhere. So eventually he's coming back out there, and so that would make me closer to my son and daughter-in-law. And then all his cousins, all my nieces and nephews live out there. And a lot of my friends that I was friends with when I lived there still live there. Oh, somebody left their dog poop and they didn't pick it up. Shame on them. Shame on them. here comes some people talking. I may have to end the video. I knew there was a couple of... I wish they would quit going behind me. That would be really nice. Anyway, if they get close to me, I'll end the video and start it back up later because I don't like to interfere with their walk and talking. And they are talking because I can hear them. So I love these benches nestled in the woods. And that acreage has been undercut under all the trees. So it's accessible all the way around the perimeter of the 4 acres by a 4-wheeler or whatever you have to drive. So I would probably get something, and I would definitely get a bicycle because there is a lot of old roads out there, and I could get an electric bike and pedal when I want to and ride when I want to. And that would be good exercise since I wouldn't be doing as much yard work. And that's one reason for getting the other place, is to get me away from doing so much yard work. So I can do other things. I don't even have time to go to senior citizens center for a Bible study or exercise class or nothing, because if I have a few minutes, here's a creek over here. If I have a few minutes, I have to do something in the yard just because I like to keep the yard clean. And it's very time consuming. And my body is telling me it's time to stop doing some of this stuff. I'm not going to stop being active. It's just certain things I don't need to be doing that hurts my body. So we're going to see if we can make it happen. If it's God's will, it'll happen. If it ain't, I'll stay where I'm at and cut back on something. I'm going to have to take some flower beds out or cut some trees down or something to not have so much to do. We'll figure it out though. But until it's done, y'all know I'm going to be talking about it. There's a nice bench back there. There's some azaleas blooming. That's crazy this time of year. Okay, I'm going to end the video for a few minutes and rest my hand. My hand's starting to cramp holding this phone like this, and the dogs are pulling my left arm off. I videoed this before. It's the Lambret. They're doing a bunch of clearing over there. I'll see what it looks like. Maybe y'all can read that if you want to tell you what a Lambret is. And this is it. I'm going to have to stop and give the pups some water. I have some in my bag. They're clearing a lot more out over there, making this park a lot bigger. They did a lot of work putting all that down like that. And they have benches all the way around where you can sit to observe it. Okay, I'm gonna get the pups some water. Okay, y'all, they were thirsty. And at this point, we've only walked a half a mile. Let's go back through this way. Let's go back through this way. We haven't walked long enough yet. We gotta walk at least a mile or two if Nugget can make it. Usually when we're up here, he can. Because we're all in the shade. Oh, there goes a squirrel. They didn't see it. There went a squirrel running. That Brinley, I'm telling you, she's pulling. Okay, let's go back this way. Make a circle back. Okay, if we see something exciting, we'll show y'all what it is. This time of year, there's not anything pretty to see. It's so dry, there's nothing blooming. It'll be beautiful in the fall, though. We'll be coming back in the fall when the leaves turn. Some of the fall flowers bloom. We'll definitely video that. Y'all, I think we're the only people out here now. I think everybody's left. That's okay. I have my protection, so y'all don't worry. Y'all don't worry. I have my bag on for a reason. Look, somebody made a little walkway. Must have been kids, probably. Okay, let's go back this way. We're going to the sun, so I'm going to end the video for now. Y'all, there's a lot of trees down since I've been up here. I've been passing by them all over the place, walking through here. There's a big old pine tree that fell. See, that's back at the highway right there. We were way back over through there when I was videoing last. But yeah, there's a bunch of trees back on that side over there that has fallen. And that pine tree has some kind of disease. It's dead. Top's gone out of it. But they need to come through here with a leaf blower and clean this asphalt off. I guess from the rains, it washed all this. This probably flooded from that creek. But it's washed all the dirt. So look, see that pine tree's dead. And cut the top out of it. I wonder what's going on with all these trees dying. Now, I know some of them got blowed over in the storm. Whoops, hang on. Nugget's got a TT. Nugget have to TT, bro. You have to stop and let him go TT. My goodness. Anyway, that one over there is fixing to fall. It's leaning up against the other one. Looks like they might be putting an irrigation system in here also. And boy, it needs it. Some of those plants back over there, they're almost dead. You can tell from not having any water. Those big old azaleas. Those things are 10 foot tall. Anyway, ending the video again. Y'all, I was trying to video. They was chasing a squirrel and my phone got over on the wrong setting. We're trying to get around over there to the gazebo. And we gotta walk way around because I'm not cutting through the jungle, all that pine straw where I can't see where I'm stepping. Look, they're still after the squirrel. They don't even want to come on. Goofy things. Goofy dogs. Well, I saw one gentleman with a big old hat come in to go walking. I saw one young boy way back there. He was running. Usually there's a lot of people here walking, but Not this evening. I don't know, y'all. It may be around 7:30 in the evening. Or 7. I'm not sure. Because I was waiting for the sun to go down on our road, which is not to around 6:30 or 7. And then we go for our walk in the evening. And so I asked Brindley, would she like to go to the park? And Nugget said yes. So here we are. I said, Brindley, you want to go to the park? And Nugget jumped up and started spinning in circles. That big old gazebo. It'd be a pretty place to get married or have some kind of event. It's a lot of flagstone. I've laid flagstone before. I made a patio like this by myself. My niece helped me get the flagstone, load it and unload it, but I mixed the sand and the pea gravel and I laid the flagstone myself. Just like this at my old house. I was so proud of myself because I was going to get a company to do it and they told me $1,000. And I spent about $300 at that time on flagstone. And my niece got her boyfriend's truck and we went and picked it up and she helped me unload it and I worked on it on my days off. I was working back then. Little mud hole. I worked on it on my evenings off. Days off. It didn't take me very long. I finished it in a few days, only working like a few hours at a time. I'd mix my sand and pea gravel together and lay it out. Hang on, Brindley. Goes behind me, goofy thing. Goofy girl. And then when I pull on her to come around, it makes her mad. It's a beautiful little maple tree right there. Those are the maples that I dug out of the woods and planted at my house. Oh, that one's beautiful. That's some kind of Japanese maple. But the common maples that we have here, they grow wild in the woods. And I dug 3 up in the woods across the road and planted them on the creek. So if somebody buys that place from me, they'll have nice trees. The real estate lady agreed that it was ready to move in and just live. I said, well, I've done everything. Except they might have to set the water sprinkler out if it goes long enough in between not having rain. But you have to set the water sprinkler 4 times. You can set the timer and go back in the house. I've even got that down. I found the water sprinkler that covers a big area and I tell Alexa to set me a timer and it goes off and I go out and move it over. It's a lot of little squirrels running around this evening. Well, this has gone on probably long enough. Y'all be blessed. Know you're loved. Jesus loves you more. Brindley and Nugget loves y'all. Don't forget to say your prayers. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Look at this blooming. Isn't that pretty? Is that some kind of hydrangea? What is that, y'all? Do y'all know what that is? I don't know what that is. It's pretty, though. It knew scratching out. He just started that. And then male hormones. It's a silly thing. Silly thing. We'll see y'all on the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Remember to give a thumbs up.